I'm sitting in the home of Lois Dodd, formerly known as Lois Rogers, right?
No.
No?
No, Edwards.
Lois Edwards. Now, see, I have had that all mixed up in my mind for 100 years, or close to it. What did we decide looking at the 1950 yearbook about how old I was when I was your typing teacher?
You were younger then.
I was
a whole really young.
58 years younger.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to think maybe I grabbed an old picture when they said bring a picture that maybe it was a high school picture.
I don't
Looked
think so.
really young. I looked that young, did I?
Yeah, you looked that young.
Oh, my. Well, you know, I got that job because Mr. Hubbard was taking a course in August to upgrade his certificate, and I went through college in 2.5 years, and I took anything they'd let me take. So we got to visiting, and he said, I wish you could teach for me, and I said, well, I do too. And he said, well, can you type? And I said, well, I was a typist in the service the first time, and he said, well, see if you can test out. So took a test, got some credit. Suddenly I was a typing teacher.
And I was your student.
And you were my student.
Yes.
I was telling your daughter a while ago that I knew I wasn't very old, but now that we're both a little bit on the senior citizen side, I couldn't believe I was much older than you. So I asked her yesterday when your birthday was and found out that while I was 21, you were a few years younger.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think you were a junior, weren't you, when you took that typing in 4950?
So. 4950.
Yeah, I think so. I know that you girls had a pep club and supported the teams. What sports did you have in Kremlin High School?
Well, we played basketball, softball. That was about it. And
did you have girls and boys teams?
Yes, we did.
Good, because a lot of places didn't have teams for girls yet.
That's right. We did, though.
That's great.
We were cheerleaders for the boys' games. And we went to all their games, and they went to all ours.
That's the way it ought to be.
On a bus.
Now, I know Mr. Jansen coached the boys. Did he coach the girls, too?
Yes, he did. And then we had, I can't remember, after him we had another teacher. And he had a plate in his head or something. Because he had a big scab up here, or a scar on one side of his head. And he took over after John Jansen left.
Now, when you played basketball, did they let you girls run clear up and down the court, or was it that deal?
Half court.
Played half court, had a line that you couldn't cross.
Yeah, couldn't cross the center line.
Then you had one girl that could go both ways.
No.
Nope.
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 One side went one way and the other went the other way.
I knew that, but at least later, I remember when I was a coach, that we had, and a small-town superintendent, we had a deal where it seemed to me like there was one girl who could cross over, but maybe not. That's been a long time ago.
Not when we were playing.
But my short-term memory is not very good, and my long-term memory is only slightly better.
Yeah, mine's not too good either.
Did you win a lot of games as girls?
Yes, we did.
I knew the boys did. Now, see, I'm a sexist. I watched the boys play, but I don't remember watching the girls.
Yeah, we played every game they played.
All right.
And we didn't do too bad.
No, I bet you didn't. I watched Mr. Jansen work with the boys a night or two when I wanted to learn more as a future coach. I was very impressed. That man was a teacher.
Yes, he was.
And for all you young people, I want you to know he was a disciple of Hank Iba, who was a great coach at, I think it was Oklahoma State, and he stressed defense, and Mr. Jansen stressed defense.
Defense.
The games I went to, I think it's rare if the home team, Kremlin team, scored 30 points, but the other team scored fewer, and you know what? You win. You don't have to have lots of points. You just have to have more points than the other guy.
True enough.
Which end of the court were you on?
I played forward.
Played forward. Got to score a few points here and there. I can tell you liked that.
Yeah.
Did you go all 12 years at the Kremlin School?
No. I started in North Enid, and when I was in the 8th grade, I was in a car accident, and I had to go to Enid to junior high, and after that I got to go back to KREMLIN.
How badly were you hurt in that accident?
I had my pelvic bones busted, and that's about it.
My goodness, and you were able to come back and be an athlete. That's great.
Even made the All-Stars.
Very, very good. Did Dr. Ross have anything to do with treating you when you had your accident?
No.
I certainly appreciated Dr. Ross, and later Dr. Hope Ross delivered our fourth baby.
And their grandson delivered our daughter, Denise, and she was the last baby he delivered.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see we're on the last minute. Is there anything else that you'd like to get in here while you've got the camera?
I don't know what it might be.
All right.
But we had a good time.
How many years were you married to Jack before you lost him?
49.
49. Well, I know you miss him very, very much, and that was nice that your daughter let me interview her to honor Jack, as you and her and your son-in-law wanted to do by holding this reunion, and I thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.